good. Beer is good. Beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.
No, now we're alive. We have live mics, 4 live mics, 4 live people, and, more than 4 beers here.
And a bunch of beers.
We do.
Yeah, it's Wednesday
Where
night.
it's at.
It's Craft Beer Buzz, 93.7 KAZY. I'm Tommy T with
Misty.
Chuckerdoo and our resident beer hater.
Mercedes.
Yay, Mercedes is back for the day.
What introduced me is that?
That's what we always refer to you as, our resident beer hater.
And that's the great thing about the show is you don't have to like beer to be on. You don't even have to like beer to enjoy the show.
Right.
You can just hang out, you drink what you want, the way you want to, with who you want. Just make sure you're listening to us.
Yeah.
When you do
93.7
it.
KAZY, yeah.
Yes. Craft Beer Buzz.
Yes.
That's where we are.
Sometimes you find great beers.
Like this one. Shall we go ahead and start with something
Let's
that's going to
just-
make you happy?
Yes, please.
Yes.
All right. So I grabbed the left-hand mix pack, and the mix pack is lovely because it comes with this beer that Mercedes is going to enjoy.
Oh, I was like, we're not all having our own beers, are we?
Yes.
No, we cannot
Oh.
have our own beers.
Okay. Well, you don't have to drink all of it.
Well, okay.
All right, here. Hang on. All right, give me one of those beers. No fun
this
is what you're saying.
This is what, well, I'm just saying we have like a whole variety pack to get through. And if we each have a beer out of each of those,
So
that will be a lot of beer.
I'll pour the samples.
we're going to
You
be
guys
doing
can have the
Carnage
rest of
round.
what
It's
you
going to be
want.
like round 8, Carnage round.
The way
Triple
God
X
intended it to
Carnage.
be.
Yeah.
Triple X Carnage round. That would probably make some money. So we're drinking the Wheels Goes Around from Left Hand Brewing Company.
One of my faves.
Oh, it's so good. It's a raspberry sour. Mm-hmm. And, well, I should correct myself. A Goza isn't really, it is kind of in the sour category, but it's not. It's kind of, it's a salty, light, easy drinking wheat beer that actually goes great to have fruit involved in. Mercedes, our resident beer hater, what do you think?
I actually think it tastes really refreshing.
Yeah.
Like
What?
no. Champagne or something.
Like
it
a
does
spritzer?
Not, it doesn't, yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like beer. It does not taste like
Well, that's the
beer.
great thing about beer is it is what
Sometimes
it
it
needs
doesn't
to be.
taste like beer.
Right, totally.
The aftertaste tastes fruity, which is great.
Totally. Well, and that's the funny thing. In the U.S., we're so ingrained with what quote-unquote beer smells and tastes like because
Right.
for so long we only had one option.
Yeah.
Right.
Where the rest of the world, where we're like, oh, this doesn't taste like beer. And in Germany, they'd be like, yeah, it kind of does. Because they're used to something
us.
different. Yeah. So they may not have been putting raspberries in it. That's where the U.S. is coming in and funkifying some things. Although Gozas and Berliners, a lot of times if you go to a bar in Germany, they'll give you like this little bottle of like a syrup so you could spike your own Berliner Weisses or Gozas with flavoring.
That is really
Typically
neat.
Berliner Weisses. I don't know if they actually do that with Gozas. I might be making that up as I'm saying.
But that is still really cool to know that they, so even in different countries, they like present beer differently.
Right.
So I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
A little bit different than when Jeremy Tofty from Melvin was in Oregon and saw a hipster with his own pepper cracker of hops in it, and he was adding more hops to his beer.
Don't we call that a grinder?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. But he slapped the thing out of the guy's hand and
He would.
Ooh.
just looked him in the face and said, "Make better decisions in life."
Did he wrap him up in toilet paper and like
He should have. I wouldn't be surprised.
conjure the Wu-Tang Clan to come kick his
Ooh,
ass?
conjure. He absolutely conjures the Wu-Tang. Mercedes drank her whole.
Mommy, may I have another mommy?
Tommy, what do you think?
Mother,
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, this is a great beer.
I want
And-
this next summer. You
Right.
know, I'm saying, I mean, you can knock back a lot of this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, really refreshing. It starts sour,
Yeah.
but finishes, really sweet.
Yeah, and it is available year-round, which is good.
Right
and
on.
Part of that is because on the back, proceeds from this beer,
Yes.
it tells a little story, goes to help
MS.
with the MS program.
Yeah, multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, so that's a big. Most craft breweries have some kind of charity or some kind of philanthropy that they get behind, and Left Hand, they're all about fighting MS. So if you know anyone that suffers from that, or if you yourself, I don't know if you should be drinking beer, but
I mean, I don't know.
if you do,
Yeah,
I don't know.
So
I'm not a doctor, but
I love that it's so simple. They've got the ingredients listed, and it's just like the most simple ingredient list, and it's literally like Rocky Mountain water, malts, malted barley, malted wheat, raspberry, lemon peel, hops, salt, yeast. Boom, you got yourself the most amazing
Sounds
beer
like
in
beer.
the world.
Totally.
But I think it's really neat too. It's a 4.4. That's like
Right.
you could
Yeah.
drink these all day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't even know the lowest IBU I've seen, but this is definitely on the lower end. It's at 14. It's like the lowest that I remember ever seeing.
Didn't we have like a 3 point something like a couple
An
weeks
IBU?
ago? Oh, maybe not IBU.
We had a pretty low alcohol.
But
We
yeah,
had a
pretty low.
4.0 because I was like
Okay.
teasing it about being a Utah
Okay.
beer.
Right.
Yeah.
But
That's right.
the
Yeah.
IBUs,
And the IBUs too, yeah.
so that's at a 14. So I mean,
Yeah.
And it's still going to have some hops in there
of
because
course.
otherwise
Yeah.
it would just be so sweet. So you need that to balance it out.
Okay.
But the blend is really beautiful.
Yeah.
This is on the lowest end that I think I remember seeing too.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this is amazing.
So if you are like Mercedes and you don't like beer,
Tell them, Sadie, what
What?
are you going to do with this beer?
Drink it after I mow the lawn.
She's like, I want to
Exactly.
mow my lawn.
I do mow my lawn. I am the one in the house that mows my lawn.
No hard feelings.
So, this would be a great beer after mowing a lawn.
I
I'd
think
say
so.
that,
we're
definitely.
talking about grass, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know.
Mowing the lawn. That's already mowed like every day. So I don't know.
Tommy's like,
This
dang
is round
it.
one.
Wow, that was Chuck's
Oh,
fault.
sorry,
That was,
Yeah.
This was all Chuck.
Yeah.
Wow, grass, please.
So, okay, thank you. Just
Grass is
Looking for-
greener in Sadie's lawn because she's constantly mowing it with, now she's going to have some
drinking.
gozas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got
I'm gonna have this.
some goza. Yeah. Fantastic.
Refreshing.
So what else is in this variety pack? I'm
So
just
the variety
curious.
pack, we got the Traveling Light Kolsch, we've got their IPA, and then a beer that typically is only exclusive to Colorado. It's called Colorful Colorado.
Do you have to be on mushrooms to drink that beer?
Yeah, but just microdosing.
Okay.
Yep, just in a
Microdosing.
microdose.
Nice.
And that should get you through just fine. Yeah, can art is beautiful.
It is.
Yes.
It looks like the sunset over the Rockies. And yeah, so we got some cool beers to come into. But I wanted to start with this one because since Mercedes was in the
course.
studio, I wanted to make sure she had something to drink and we could start her off on the right foot.
And there's
Otherwise-
plenty, so she can drink
Yeah.
this the whole time.
Totally.
She
Yeah,
doesn't
really.
Like anything
Very
else.
good idea.
Uh-huh.
We should do that more often. We do it the other way around usually.
Never says like, "Oh, the good beer's at the end, and now I gotta go." No.
Yeah.
So,
What's up? What'd you guys do last weekend? I watched the Seahawks get whooped again.
why are you a
unfortunately.
Seahawks
Because
fan
I'm
again?
from Seattle. I was born in Seattle. It's like where I'm from. Like,
Oh.
yeah. So, and I just like the Seahawks. Who doesn't?
Oh, that's fair enough. If you're from there. I thought you were from Arizona.
I wasn't born in Arizona, just raised in Arizona.
Gotcha,
So,
gotcha, gotcha.
If the Seahawks,
Okay.
listen, if the Seahawks and Cardinals were playing against each other,
Oh.
I would go Cardinals because
Oh,
I
okay.
live in Arizona, right?
Right,
So, but like now, if like Seahawks, Cardinals, or Broncos were playing, I'd go Seahawks or Cardinals. I would
Yes.
never go Broncos.
So it drives me crazy when
Because if it's against another team, of
Yes,
course.
always.
Totally.
But they're my third team pick.
yeah, and you have to have
We're
those
exactly
like
the same.
mine's absolutely like Cardinals, Diamondbacks, Coyotes because I'm an Arizona boy.
Yeah.
But by default, because my yoga queen is from Cheyenne, I have to root for the Broncos. I have to root for the Rockies.
I was just making a little fun in the house, like, because, I mean, everyone used to just
Yeah.
vote for the Broncos. Or I say vote. No, you're going to vote for the Broncos.
Let's vote Broncos.
Root, root,
In all
whatever.
fairness, this voting thing's coming up kind of soon, which is nerve-wracking. So
Yeah, all I'm thinking about is voting now. Jeez Louise.
no.
No. So, politics, sports, beer,
I'm just glad the
babes.
Patriots aren't in it.
Oh man,
I'm
isn't that
so glad.
good?
But me too. I would be partial to the Cardinals in a lot of different voting contests
Right?
I love you, Tommy.
because I'm
Guys.
from St. Louis and they were my team back in the day when I was growing up, and then they left.
Yeah.
And then we got the Rams,
Yeah.
and then they left. So
He has like PTSD from everyone leaving him.
I'm just glad to see some good games. I mean, what can you say about Kansas City scoring those 51 points?
Man.
I missed that game,
You gotta
but
give some
my sister
credit.
gave me the whole recap of the whole thing. It was insane.
And it was coming from behind, too.
Well, I'm moving on.
Yeah, me too.
And speaking of
that's
the
usually my
Kansas City
favorite
Chiefs and beer, they sell beer at Kansas City Chiefs games. Did you know that?
I'm sure they do.
And craft beer, too,
Hopefully
I wouldn't
football
doubt.
games have beer sales.
I'm just trying to get
And I
us
believe,
back in the
well,
beer.
no, you just said,
Thanks, Tommy.
I had just averted away from like an inappropriate comment. That's what
Yes.
that's what I was moving on
Me
from.
too.
No, we can talk sports. I'm all about talking sports.
I'm not all about it. So let's talk
Yeah,
beer.
I'm not
All right, let's go
either,
back
so
to
let's
talking
go back
beer.
to beer.
So, in the KC Stadium, I believe the beer of choice is brewed by Boulevard Brewing Company. Which is a phenomenal brewing company. I don't know about in the Chiefs Stadium, but I do know in the Royals.
Yeah.
The Royals
There's
have,
Royal Stadium and the Chiefs play at Arrowhead.
Right.
Yeah.
And to continue on with beer and sports,
That's
did
okay,
you
yeah.
know that Grand Canyon Brewing Company back in Arizona from our motherland, they're brewing the official beer for the Coyotes.
Oh, are they?
I believe Santan Brewing Company is brewing the official beer for the Diamondbacks.
I was going to say Diamondbacks, but
Yes, and then Four Peaks is brewing for the Cardinals.
is that the Yotes beer that you brought in
Yes,
last
the
year?
Yotes beer. That's
'Cause
right. You
were
have
you
a
here-
can still, I think.
Yeah,
up
I
in
do.
your
It's in my office. Yeah.
And but that's what we
Oh,
need. Like we
guys.
need. Well, Wyoming doesn't really have a team. You know what we need is we need someone in Wyoming to brew the official beer of fly fishing and elk hunting.
Yes.
Right?
Please.
We probably already have those.
Promise.
We probably already have those beers.
Probably, but I don't know if it's like the official.
We gotta
Oh, what
find
about
that.
the university there in Laramie? I mean,
They
you
need a
know,
beer?
They should.
They certainly need a
have
beer.
Well, they got the
Absolutely.
golden brown that there's a big lawsuit about.
Oh, totally. Well, that's true because there is, and you know what? That's funny. There is a brewing company that has their brown and gold, and they call it Cowboy Gold. Trying to be that university beer, but there is another Wyoming brewing company that had Cowboy Gold first, and as far as I know, like I don't know where that's at. Excuse me, where that's at, but
With legalities, yeah.
oh man,
Because that's the one we were talking about in Laramie, Roxy's
Yeah.
Cowboy or
Yeah.
Roxy's Cowboy Gold and Brown
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah,
Okay.
Brown and Gold.
Yep,
But-
and then Snake River has Cowboy Gold.
Yes. So funny.
Yeah.
As the lawsuits continue.
Dun dun dun.
All right, well, we'll take a break here and come back and do round 2 of the Craft Beer Buzz here in just a bit on 93.7 KZ.
Thanks, Del Range Liquors. Thanks, ID Underground.